Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches, and this is part 2 of my WIP Parade. So if you haven't seen part 1, I show you all of my memorabilia and a couple of lavender and laces and also some other projects. And someone actually counted how many WIPs I had in that video. Her name is also Angela, and she counted 22 WIPs including 12 memorabilia. So I really appreciated that. But if you haven't seen that video and want to check it out, I'll have it in the description box below or somewhere here in the corner of the screen. And in this video, I'm going to show you all of these. And I think this is the rest of my WIPs, I think. So yeah, I'm going to start with, I forgot to show the WIPs that I was working on right now in part 1, so I'll start with this one. So this is a small pillow design by Blackbird Designs, and I did a flip through of this booklet in one of my stitching vlogs. So I'm not gonna do the flip through now, but here's a bigger picture of the pillow. But I really like how they finished it with the 3 buttons on the side. So I think I want to finish it exactly like that. I think it looks really pretty. So this is a 40 count that I hand dyed with tea and coffee, or just tea maybe, I forget. And I also converted all of the colors to color and cotton, and 2 weeks dye works and 1 DMC. So this is one of the projects that I have in rotation right now, and then I'm also working on Rose Quaker. So I'm trying to finish this by end of this year. So this year I've been taking this out to stitch every month and try to stitch 2 to 3 motifs a month. And right now I'm catching up because I didn't stitch in July. So I'm working on 2 months worth of stitching, and also I'm thinking about going back and doing the alphabets because now that I got all of the, well, not all of it, but most of the motifs done, I want to fill in these empty spaces. So yeah, but this is on a 32 count Picture This Plus called Petals. I'm stitching 2/1 half stitches. And in part 1 I showed my 3 Mirabilia finishes at the end of that video, and I forgot that I had another Mira finish, which was this Christmas tree, so I'll show this one at the end as well. So the next map that I have here is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and converted all of the colors to color and cotton in this bag here. And I realized in my last video that I had a lot of Halloween things, and I might have a couple in this pile too, but for this project I'm stitching, or not stitching everything in one big fabric. I decided to do them separately and turn them into smaller ornaments, and I just randomly chose a couple of the blocks that I really like. So this is the horseman, this one, and then this is the box in the center with the 2 witches. And I think I have another one here. So this is the block with the Dracula. I thought I started more, but I guess that's everything. I started 3 out of 11 blocks. But I thought this was going to be more manageable in many ways because the bigger the work is, I find it more difficult to finish them with the cost of framing and also getting a bigger size fabric to stitch. It can add up. So this is a 40 count by Color and Cotton called Pearwood. So I'm stitching 1/2. And also I like the idea of turning them into small ornaments because then I can just stitch only the ones that I like instead of stitching everything. So yeah, I want to get back to this too. So these are Brooke's Books Angels, and I have 5 left. And I started 15 of them a couple of years ago for Mania. I have a whole playlist if you want to check that out. So this is Spirit of Crochet Angel. And I'm not going to take everything out because there's not that much to see anyways. So this is Christmas Carols, and then Quilting Angel, Christmas Stitching, and this is 2007 Spirit of Christmas Angel, but this is the one that I was planning on working on next, but this project is on hold at the moment because the brown perforated paper is out of stock here in Korea, so I'm just waiting for that. And I could get it from 123 Stitch, but every time I shop there I get more things than I need, so I'm just going to wait until they restock here and then come back to this. But right now, so far I have 9 finished, 10 including the fairy godmother. I'll add a video of my wall with the angels here if you want to see that. And then this next project is also by Brooke's Books. I used to stitch a lot of Brooke's Books before, but I'll have a link to her shop because I get a lot of questions about where to get her charts whenever I talk about Brooke's Books. But this is Sophie's Afternoon, and I'm only working on the portrait right now, and I'm planning on just doing parts of this sampler and make them into individual ornaments. And this is what I have so far. And I had to stop because I ran out of this krennic. And I saved this empty spool in here because I knew I wasn't going to remember what I used because I did a conversion. And this, I think it's a 32 count, but it might be even 28, I'm not sure. But it's a opalescent fabric in white by Zweigart. And I guess I could get back to this and start working on the DMC part of it, but I just haven't yet. And I have two samplers, house samplers, and every time I look at these, I really want to work on them, but when I actually start, I'm not that into it. I'm not really sure why. But this is the pink house, and I really like this project, and I only got a little bit started. So this is the pink house sampler by Plum Street Samplers, and I'm only going to do the house because I'm not really into this quote, so I'm going to move things around and bring down the top border, and I'm also going to skip the name as well and just stitch this part, including the plants. And this is a color and cotton fabric. I might have the tag. Yeah, it's called Love Letter. And this is a 40 count, and it's a really pretty fabric that almost looks like old paper, like parchment paper. So since it's 40 count, I'm stitching 1/2. And I converted all of the colors to color and cotton. And the converting part is usually pretty easy, but for this I really wanted the pink to be this pink, so I did spend a lot of time on converting for this one. And then my second house sampler is called Blue Manor by Abby Rose Designs. I really like this one too, I think it's super pretty. And this is also on a color and cotton fabric called Swiss Coffee, 40 count Newcastle linen. So this is a little bit more progress than the pink house, I think. It's probably exactly the same, but I also did a color and cotton conversion, but for this one I'm not changing anything else in the design like I'm planning on doing for the pink house, except for the ear maybe. I haven't decided what to put in here yet, but other than that and my color and cotton conversions, I'm just keeping everything the way it is. Oh, I really love this one, but it's embarrassing to even call this a WIP because I have so little started, but I really like this because of this raccoon. I think there's a bigger picture here. So this is called This Year's Tree, and this image really reminds me of my favorite manga. I'll have some pictures here. It's called Candy Candy, and Candy has a pet raccoon in the manga, and the manga itself is a little before my time. It came out in the 60s or the 70s, but it's just one of my favorites. So this is what I have so far, just a little bit in the corner, and this is actually the same fabric as my Rose Quaker. It looks completely white, but it's supposed to have very light pink and orange modeling on it. But it's called Petals by Picture This Plus. It's a 32 count even weave, and I like to stitch full coverage pieces on even weave because I think for full coverage pieces the final results look better on even weave because the stitches are even. I usually like to stitch on linen because I like the imperfections on it. I think it looks natural, but for full coverages you're really not going to see the slubs. So yeah, but this winter I'm going to remember to work on this because I really want to see this finished. I totally forgot about this too. So this is my ink circles, and this is called Tapestry. And I'm also using my favorite floss card for this. I think you can still get this from 123 Stitch. But this is the call for DMCs, really pretty colors. So with this I'm almost at the quarter point, but not quite. And this is where the page ends. So that's where I'm at, and I have some park threads to continue to the next page. And I'm not sure what this fabric is, but it's a color and cotton fabric in 32 count. So I'm stitching 2/2 with the called for DMCs. So I'm slowly collecting the Animal Cracker series by Stacy Nash. They become one of my favorite designers because of this series. And this is called Theodore. And I think I got the called for fabric for this. This is Confederate Gray by Weeks Dye Works in 35 count. And I converted all of the colors to color and cotton for this as well. And this is what I have so far. And I think he looks so cute. I want to have a full basket full of these animal crackers. I think they are going to look really cute together. I'm not sure how many I've collected so far, but I have a few. I think I might have 3, including this one. And I think this might be the only one that I started. I might have kitted up one more project, but didn't start that one yet. So this is the biggest WIP that I have. I'm not even sure if I could even finish this, but this is Long Dog Samplers by Life After Death, or Life After Death by Long Dog Samplers. And this is the other monochromatic project that I'm stitching with Silks for You Silk. And they have an Etsy shop, so I'll link their shop in the description box too. But these are really pretty and really affordable and really soft. And I have my other one here. So with this I'm stitching Nightmare by Courtney Collections. I showed it in part 1 of this video, but super pretty colors going from dark teal to dark plummy purple. And with this I'm stitching 2/2, and it's just like DMC. I think this is also 6-stranded, so you use them just like DMC and use 2 strands to stitch. And yeah, this is so soft and it's super nice to work with. So I think I got to page 2, and I didn't know this, but there's quite a bit of back stitching up here, and there's also a little bit down here too, but I wasn't really enjoying the back stitching for this. Usually I don't mind back stitching, but because I wasn't expecting it for this, I didn't really enjoy that. But other than that, I really like this project. And this is a Picture This Plus fabric, but sorry, I don't have the tag here, so I can't tell you what this is, but if I could find it, I'll have it on the screen here. So this is the last one, and this is the Village of Hawkrun Hollow. And for this one, I'm doing everything in one fabric. This was started before I started Halloween at Hawkrun Hollow, but I made a mistake on this one, so it's not centered. So I have very little margin on this side, but I think I have just enough. So for this as well, I converted all of the colors to coloring cotton and chose my own colors. I'm actually changing the whole color palette for this one. So the church is brighter than what it really is with some blues. And just overall, I'm just brightening the whole color palette, like the birds, and also I changed the snake to a pink snake. And yeah, I was working on the 3rd block the last time I worked on this. So yeah, I think I got the called for fabric for this one maybe. Actually, I don't think so, but if I could find what this is, I'll have it on the screen. So yeah, that was all of my WIPs. I hope that was interesting. And this just made me want to stitch even more, and actually made me want to go get all of the animal crackers and go shopping for more charts, because I want to get all of them, but I'm just gonna have to wait for that. But let me go get my Christmas tree. So I just have this pinned on this foam board, and we just keep it in one of the cabinets in the living room, but this is it. So this was a kit. I think you can still get it from 123 Stitch. It was out of stock for a while, but I think they restocked it. But all the beads came with it, and I think I got my own fabric. I don't think the fabric was included in the kit, but this is a 32 count Zweigart in dirty. But this was super fun to stitch with all the different types of beads and treasures. So yeah, very festive. So that's everything I have for you today. I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll answer them in the comment section or even talk about it in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.